privileged to have a lot of time interaction with Dr. Kalra and Dr. Sasena, and also listen to the words of wisdom in different conferences. But today we are privileged both of them with us in our office to address our team, so that we can understand what are their experience, what they are doing into agri domain. And I tell you, these two people are actually an encyclopedia in agri domain. When you sit with them, you will not realize from where they are talking or where they are taking. It's an ocean. Okay, you will never stop listening to them. They can talk in a way we don't know what all things are happening on globally on agriculture, how it is related to every aspect of Indian agriculture, and he can give connection to few hundreds of years back how it was being linked to agriculture and how it has changed it. And I think today we are blessed to have both of them. And I'm sure with their association with Krishi Jagran, we will able to do a huge number, huge thing. And today, as I was talking, Dr. Saxena was telling now, see how Krishi Jagran can be a change maker.
Driving the change. Driving the change.
Driving the change. He gave a quote, Krishi Jagran, driving the change. Just imagine. So he could observe and see what Krishi Jagran is doing. And that's what makes us different from all of it. And we are extremely happy today have both of you. And we wish to listen to you, and I'm sure our team will be enlightened. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request Dr. Anup Kalra and Dr. Mohanji Saxena to please come and share his thoughts with all of us.
Thank you, Mr. Dominic. And thanks to Krishi Jagran, Dr. Mamta Jain, for inviting us today, where we are delighted to see the infrastructure and the young team which is at the helm of Krishi Jagran, and through the journey of say 28 years, one can feel proud of a small village in Kerala from the farming community rising to that level where Krishi Jagran is driving the change, will drive the change in the time to come. Well, I have my education from Banaras Hindu University, IIT, and my thoughts are inspired by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, who was a simple school teacher, but his thoughts were bigger than what the obstacle there in establishing a center of education, research, which covers all aspects of our life. And when we were awarded degree, we were to take oath like it happens when you receive any degree from any academic institution. And that oath in the last sentence is that I hereby pledge my commitment that throughout my life, I will continue to make efforts to live up to the expectation of this degree till my last breath. I am born in a small family. In 1956, I have a full memory of the events in the country starting from 60 and 70, 70 and 80, 80 and 90. Well, many of you are born after 90, but let me tell you, maybe you will be able to recall, after the China War, India was a country where everything was in short supply. You name the thing. It was under permit system, under license system, and there used to be a joke. पुलिस ने छापा मारा, व्यापारी के यहाँ से डालडा घी के 4 टीन मिले. Dalda ghee used to be very popular. It was under sugar was, maida was, coal was, steel was, cement was, everything was. Thanks to the Green Revolution, and I give the credit to Lal Bahadur Shastri, who refused the supply of the wheat which was unfit for human consumption. And he gave the call. As a result, Green Revolution came, and rest is the history. But the moment where we are today, I call it the time of plenty. Every food item is available in plenty. What is the failure of the system? Failure of the system is that we are not able to manage the crops which are produced in plenty, the milk, the egg, the chicken, the fishes, and many of you would be knowing that our wastages in the food system is good enough to feed many of the African countries. Now, the challenge is, this is something what the future is going to unfold. If you have to decide your step, and if you are at the crossroad, then you stop for a while to think that out of 4 or 5 directions, which direction do I take? So where the agriculture is today, agribusiness is today, agricultural economics is today, you find everywhere the crisis which is out of the climate change or global warming or plenty of the produce. And in this scenario, I would say that among all the darkness was the effort of Krishi Jagran, Mr. Dominic and Shiny, to conceptualize millionaire farmer of India. When everywhere you have a darkness, you have a ray of hope, the light, the shining light, that there are millionaire farmers also in the country. I always quote this example to the youngsters. How many people appear in the civil services examination? The numbers will come to probably 1 million people. But are they really all serious about that? The percentage of people who are serious about is just 0.1%, who make an effort and eventually 800 people succeed to clear that. Now here the perspective is the best of the innovation, best of the invention, best of the discovery happens only at the time of challenges. And that is where this thing comes. When the agriculture ecosystem, food production ecosystem is getting challenged by water crisis, the extreme of heat condition, the soil becoming barren, and then comes how the survival, how the agriculture is going to survive. In context to India, I'm not referring to global, but in context to India, livestock and agriculture are the two sides of the economy, agricultural economy. Without agriculture, there cannot be any livestock. Without livestock, there cannot be any agriculture. And therefore, the issues which are there, they can be solved, addressed by looking back also. So what is the importance of history? People will say, why do I need to look into history? But I always say, history gives you how the problems were looked in the past, and problem solution problem is a cycle. The cycle means the problem of today, you may find the solution. As there was Green Revolution, and today the Green Revolution, people will say, is the cause of the population increase, is the cause of all the pollution, is the cause of crops which takes so much of water. But that doesn't mean Green Revolution was wrong. Green Revolution was very much right. That's how we could become number one in many of the areas. A country of 142 crore people is sustained. But now the challenge is of nutrition security. It's no longer the food security. Now the challenge is how do we meet out energy requirement. We import two things, edible oil and fuel oil. Edible oils are going to be addressed, will be addressed. And already the farming distress is there. Instead of 55 rupees for a kg of mustard, it is being traded at 48 because so much of mustard is produced. But we have so many oils which can be used for energy crops, for producing biodiesel. We have a current all over country. We have neem oil. We have so many non-edible oils which are going to be used to fulfill the energy requirement. Now we all have heard of, and I believe most of us do believe, Bhagwan, right? But we probably are not aware where from this word coinage came. Like KJ is for Krishi Jagran. So Bhagwan is also. Bha hai bhumi ke liye, soil. Ga hai gagan ke liye, that is akash. Va jo hai wo hai vayu ke liye. और ना जो है वो नील और आ जो है वो अग्नि के लिए. ये 5 vital component हैं. Anybody who has studied biology will recall all living substance are produced out of these 5 elements. The moment there is any dearrangement, it results into disbalance, diseases and disorder. Now there is a disbalance of these 5 things. Soil is contaminated, water is polluted, air is also toxic. So we talk of one, we say there is only one God, there is only one world, there is only one future, there is only one family, and there is only one health. And that is of the planet and the people of the planet. While I am very happy to be here and the programs which Krishi Jagran is running, it would be our esteemed pleasure to join hands to bring the awareness which will drive the changes. Today, this food production system, agriculture, energy system, and to make the life of the people happy, harmonious, nutritious food, contamination free. Now, this may sound like, how can we get rid of the pollution in the air? Because it is man-made. So it is the man only who will solve it. So like diesel has got eradicated, diesel will be out. Even now you can't run the DG set on diesel because it is highly polluting. So some new fuel will come. And that's where the country is blessed with the human minds which are now recognized as the best. And therefore, my closing is with this remark. Feel proud of yourself. Feel proud of the organization you are working with. And you are doing. You are the part of that change which will drive the change in the time to come as far as food production, agriculture, sustainability, environment, soil health management, and energy crops are there. There are enough of the opportunity. I always say, पहला सुख क्या होता है? निरोगी काया. दूसरा सुख क्या है? जेब में माया. Without money, nothing moves. So this is our duty to keep ourselves healthy and worthy of earning the wealth. जिसको कहते हैं कि अगर कोई नहीं कमा पा रहा है सही तरीके से, तो कहीं ना कहीं पुरुषार्थ में कमी है. Meaning thereby, through knowledge, through science, through practice, you can be the best and second to none. The only thing is we have to feel proud of ourselves. No one else will give you any degree. You have to take it yourself that I am the best. I am going to try the best. I am going to attempt something which everyone says is not possible. And that's what will make happiness all around. And that's the environment I see here when I walked on the 3-4 floor, visiting every room. You can feel the aura. You can feel the aura. Infrastructure can be created by so many people. People have got much bigger offices. But it is the soul, aura, which makes the difference, and I'm very happy. So once again, I thank all of you for being here and for inviting us, and I look forward to be coming again and again, sometime even without invitation as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights and experience with all of us. Now, I would like to request Dr. Anup to please share your valuable thoughts with all of us.
गुड आफ्टरनून हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों चलेगी सिर्फ इंग्लिश में बोलूं दोनों चलेगी It's indeed a great pleasure, Mamta ji, Dominic ji, and Shani to be here amongst all of you, the Krishi Jagran team. As Mr. Saxena said in the beginning, while we were taking the round, what I felt, the amount of passion which was flowing within the team, and it always flows from the top. So I surely wish to compliment you, ma'am, and Mamta ji for taking this great initiative. Where I was just thinking, passionate team, trying to look for innovations. How do I create more value? And the farmer happens to be the center point. That's the key, how do I create value? So you have created one product, can I create multiple products? How do I reach more farmers? How do I create value for him? Is the center point of Krishi Jagran, which Mr. Saxena said, driving the change, which I think is really commendable. Everything has got relevance. Why we are here, why possibly we could not come few months ahead, why we were invited now, why we are talking here. Not that we were not known to each other. We knew each other quite well. We interacted at various forums, and we had several opportunities. So जो जिस समय विधि में लिखा होगा वो होना है वो उसी समय ही, और हर चीज की अच्छाइयां भी हैं, बुराइयां भी हैं। आपने पेजर्स देखे, आप लोगों ने शायद नहीं देखे होंगे। आप किसी को पता है पेजर्स? आपने देखा होगा, शायद आपने भी देखा होगा। आपने नाउ पेजर्स was a great innovation, and it was a status symbol. यहाँ पे लोग बेल्ट के साथ में उसको लगा के घुमा करते थे कि मेरे पास पेजर है। तो पेजर used to be for my younger friends sitting across. The objective was, वो छोटा सा एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता था, कोई अगर आपको मैसेज भेजेगा तो आपको तुरंत मैसेज फ्लैश हो जाए, आपको पता चल जाता था, आप तुरंत कांटेक्ट करते थे। So it was also a way of communication which you are doing here. धीरे धीरे पेजर्स आए, पेजर्स चले गए, उसके बाद फोन आ गए, फिर उसके बाद में स्मार्टफोन्स आ गए, उसके बाद स्मार्ट वॉचेस आ गई। व्हेन आई वाज अ यंग चाइल्ड तो लोग कहते थे ऐसे करो तो सब पता चल जाता। अब स्मार्ट वॉचेस आ गई, एप्पल वॉचेस आ गई, सब कुछ तो यहाँ है आपके रिस्ट में। सो एवरीथिंग, अब देखिए एडवांटेजेस कितने हैं, बट नाउ यू लुक एट द वीडियोस। नहीं ज़्यादा आपको फेस टाइम नहीं करना चाहिए, फोन यहाँ पे नहीं रखना चाहिए। सो देयर आर मेरिट्स एंड डिमेरिट्स ऑफ एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग वी डू। We are all part of one important system which I consider as the food system. फूड आप भी खाते हैं, हम भी खाते हैं, हमारे फार्मर्स भी खाते हैं। फूड सिस्टम हम सबके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है। इसको प्रोड्यूस कौन करता है? हमारे किसान, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर के हों, चाहे वो लाइव स्टॉक के हों। So both are important to us. I'll give you an anecdote what happened with me, and then I'll come to some key bullet points. I was traveling in the flight, and there were, you get friendly with some of the co-passengers. So I also got friendly with them. So they asked me, what exactly do you do? Because I am a trained veterinarian by profession. So then I tried to explain to them, look, there is this livestock sector, and I work for the livestock sector. We try and improve the animal health, and therefore the productivity is better and all that. He said, "ये क्या होता है?" Then they asked them, "Sir, what do you do?" He said, "Sir, I am from Ahmedabad. I am from Bangalore." I said, then I have to explain to them in their own language. I said, "Do you take tea in morning?" Or for my South Indian colleague, I said, "Do you take coffee in morning?" "Yes, yes." I said, "Do you know from where that milk comes?" "Yes. We either get it from the store." I said, "No, before the store, from where you get?" He says, "No, it comes from the cows or buffaloes." I said, "I work for that sector so that you can have every morning tea and coffee." Then they realize. So this is the importance of Krishi Jagran. We are all revolving around the food. Now there was one time when our country needed food. So we have food. The question is the food safe? Is the food nutritious? These are two very important questions to be asked. We point fingers to the farmers, but we must ask ourselves, and what is my contribution in making the food safe? Suppose all of us, you would be doing your programs at your own level, at the village level, talking, meeting the farmers, and you take a pledge that I will educate one farmer every day. You see the change happening. And the amount of happiness which you will get within yourself, oh, I have done something good, apart from my job, let that not be the profile of it. So point, friends, which I am trying to drive you is livestock and agri sectors are two very, very prominent sectors on which the rural economy depends. You know how much does that contribute to the total economy? Close to, I think, roughly around 5 to 6% of the GDP. And only if you talk about the agriculture, the livestock sector is contributing more than 30%. It's a huge sector. But then this sector has got its own challenges. I'm sure a lot of you would know. It could be related to, say for example, animals को दूध produce करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? कोई बताएगा? Fodder चाहिए, अच्छा खाना चाहिए. वो fodder कहाँ से आएगा? जमीन से आएगा. अगर जमीन अच्छी नहीं है, उपजाऊ नहीं है, तो अच्छा fodder मिलेगा आपको? नहीं मिलेगा. आप अच्छा fodder नहीं दोगे, तो अच्छा फूड भी प्रोड्यूस नहीं होगा, क्वालिटी मिल्क भी प्रोड्यूस नहीं होगा, और वो मिल्क कौन पिएगा? आप और मैं पिएंगे. मुर्गी के लिए दाना वहीं से आएगा. सो जैसे अभी मिस्टर सक्सेना ने कहा कि these are one coin and two sides. So we have to think about agriculture as well as livestock, which is very, very important. That the soil quality has to improve, and therefore the productivity, quality of the food which we eat will improve. Now there are innovations happening all around. For example, there is an hydroponics technology. Okay. Now hydroponics technology is a technology where it's a closed chamber, environmentally closed chamber of, say, it could be 10 by 20 feet, where in 7 days you are able to grow the fodder. So that's an innovation. But then everything comes at a cost. But if you want, the options are available. Why do we eat food? Can anyone tell me? Energy. What else? Let's make it more interactive. Why do we eat food? One is taste. Okay, fine. I want chola bhatura, or I want idli, sambar, whatever. That's taste. Why? Anything else? हम बोल सकते हो. हेल्थ के लिए, टेस्ट के लिए, और किस लिए? एनर्जी के लिए. ठीक है. हैप्पीनेस के लिए. अच्छा खाना, किसी को रबड़ी अच्छी लगती है, किसी को ठंडा दूध अच्छा लगता है. You derive happiness out of it. Therefore, what I am trying to say, friends, here is that if we have to produce quality food, we have to take care of our animals. They could be poultry, they could be cows, they could be buffaloes, or our own dharti maa. Why do they call dharti maa? हमें वहीं से ही तो सारी चीज मिल रही है। हमारे एनिमल को फीड करने के लिए वही धरती माँ हो गई, तो हमें धरती माँ के लिए भी ध्यान देना है और उसी से हमने एनिमल्स के लिए भी हमको ध्यान देना है। So these two sectors are very very prominent sectors. I was just writing few points which I thought I must bring to your knowledge. Are on one side we say it is an important sector. The other side where Krishi Jagran can play a very important role here is the awareness among the farmers today, in spite of the best efforts by the government, by ICR, KVK, still is at lowest end. Though it has improved. For example, we all agree that if you get good food, you will be healthy, you will be able to work, you will be energized. Is that same thing not true for animals? Actually, आप अगर मुर्गी को अच्छा खाना खिलाओगे तो रोज अंडा देगी, आप अच्छा खाना नहीं खिलाओगे तो एक दिन छोड़ के अंडा देगी। दूध अगर गाय 10 लीटर देने वाली है तो हो सकता है कि आपको 5 ही लीटर दूध दे। ये तो इम्पोर्टेंट है ना, लेकिन क्या कोई सोचता है, किसान सोचता है कि यार ठीक है ना, जो है वो खिला। आप किसान से जितनी बार आप जाते हैं आप पूछ के देखिएगा किसी भी किसान से, आप अपनी गाय को क्या खाना खिलाते हैं, यू विल नेवर गेट अ राइट एप्रोप्रिएट आंसर। तो सब इतना ये खिला देते हैं, इतना ये खिला देते हैं, हो जाता है। एनिमल फीड्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट, व्हिच आर नोन एज कंपाउंड फीड्स। कंपाउंड फीड होता है कि जो बैलेंस डाइट जिसको हम कहते हैं। आज भी हमारे एनिमल्स में 90% of the animals are not fed on compound feed. They are fed on whatever is available. In spite of this fact, we are the largest producer of the milk. Now imagine if we are able to provide good quality feed to our animals, the amount of productivity of these animals and our growth will be tremendous. There are a number of such issues, and these are issues, they are very important. Government has taken initiatives, and Krishi Jagran, surely Mr. Dominic and Shiny can play a very important role in reaching to the farmers. Why do you award them? Why do you respect them, regard them? I think through these farmers, if you are able to create a center point in each village, because village itself has got 5 to 10,000 farmers. So if you are able to create through your Krishi Jagran thing, this thought may be far-fetched today, but tomorrow, yes, it might be possible that there is one nucleus there in the village who is able to create that energy among the farmers. So can Krishi Jagran think about creating sustainable villages? Can Krishi Jagran think about educating the farmers to create, these villages where these villages produce only safe food? We have been practicing this with our farmers. I'm taking just 2 more minutes. We run a lot of FPOs, that's a farmer producer organization. So in one of such events where we were doing organic farming produce, the Doordarshan team had come to us. And they were interviewing the farmers. What do you add? And he asked, one of the reporters asked the farmer, ये दोनों में से अच्छा वाला कौन सा है? बोला सर आप देख लीजिए, दूरदर्शन, उसको थोड़ी पता है कि दूरदर्शन से आया है। बोला सर आप देख लीजिए। बोला आपने कैसे पहचाना? सर जो ज्यादा बड़ा है, जिसका ज्यादा हरा है, उसमें मैंने देसी खाद डाली, और जो दूसरा वाला है वो बोला तो ये किसके लिए? बोला सर ये जो पहला वाला है वो मैं अपने परिवार के लिए रखता हूँ, बाकी वाला बोला आप लोग खाइए। अब वही खाना आप और हम खा रहे हैं। अगर ऐसा खाना आप और हम खाएंगे तो हम कैसे स्वस्थ रहेंगे? तो हेल्थ फॉर अस very very important, which comes through food. And therefore I said Krishi Jagran is connected to huge, you just shared with us how many lakh farmers? Sorry?
In a month around 25 crore farmers.
25 crore farmers. Look at the value. और if we reach, I'm saying, let's say कि अगर हम हर महीने में 25 farmers को ही convert कर दे, which I think is not difficult. In all such initiatives, wherever you feel, where farmer education, sharing of the knowledge, integrating him with the value creation, with the use of science and technology, we surely would be happy to work with you, share our thoughts, share our ideas, with the objective that you, me, all of us, our family, and the next generation, most important, should remain there. That's the key. I mean, I was reading a news day before yesterday that India has become the cancer capital. हर आप जगह जाइए आपको दिखेगा. I was listening to Honorable Prime Minister. He was talking about cervical cancer. He says we are going to create facilities to treat cervical cancer, which is very important. But my point is, why is the cervical cancer increasing? What can we do about it? Every citizen, you and me, we have got an important role to play. And that is where, one of our organization, QCS, is playing an important role. We collaborate with farmers, work with them, get the quality herbs cultivated, and then we make it available to the stakeholders so that some quality herbs and the products made out of it can be developed. It could be tulsi, it could be moringa, it could be ashwagandha. All are aimed towards improving the health, maintaining the health. And that's what these are some of the initiatives which we are doing, and we would be delighted, Mr. Dominic and Ms. Shani, to work with you and your excellent team, and which I would like to once again compliment you and the entire team for doing such a wonderful job. And I wish to thank you once again for having invited me and Mr. Saxena to this. We're grateful to you. Thank you all once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable thoughts and your experience with all of us. I'd like to express my gratitude to our honorable guests, Dr. Anup Kalra and Dr. Mohan G. Saxena, for their valuable time and for gracing KJ Chopal with their presence. And now, as we move towards the end of the session, let's capture this memorable moment with a group photograph. I request you, sir, to kindly join us for this.